So we wrote her a note that said, "It's a pleasure of serving you. We love you real bad." And she wrote this note back. You know, I can barely read this cursive, but look at this handwriting is giving rich. It's giving expensive. It's giving princess.
Let's talk Meghan Markle. This week she was in the news because she had taken a commercial flight, an American Airlines commercial flight. Now, that's not the news part, although we can already decide for ourselves that this was very carefully calculated, and indeed it was, because let's go on to tell the tale. But against all odds, she decided to fly commercial. Now, she did this for one of two reasons. One, she couldn't find a friend to lend her their private jet. But two, and this is really what I think it is, she wanted to pretend like she was every man. And so she decided to ride on this commercial plane. But since she had to be there, she was going to make hay while the sun shines, as we say. And she was going to make the most of this plebeian lifestyle she had to live for a couple of hours. So on this journey, she befriends the flight attendants, which is something that she seems to do all the live long. She seems to think that flight attendants have some kind of sway over the opinions of the nation, because this is now her third story involving a flight attendant. The first story is a story that she tells that when she was flying to Botswana with Harry the first time they met, the flight attendants were all excited she was there because they were huge fans of Suits. Then we have the story in which she's trying to flee from the antagonism of the royal family and from the, flames and pitchforks that had followed her and Harry, and that the captain of that flight had knelt down and thanked her for flying with them, and that, basically was like, "Our heart goes with you, our queen." So that's her second story. Now her third story is a tale of, these super excited flight attendants were so excited that she was there on the flight, and they had given her a note and she had written one back. And this flight attendant was so honored by this that she decided to make a TikTok video about it. You guys, flag, 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 red, 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 red flag, because I don't understand why this little girl wanted to make this TikTok video and seemed almost like it was a hostage video. I don't know if she was paid to make this TikTok video, or I don't know if she just saw this as a good content opportunity for her and, her burgeoning attempts on TikTok. I don't know. But this 22-year-old girl gets on and she's really inarticulate about the experience that she's just had. She's not even really sure who Meghan is. And you can tell because she calls Meghan the Queen, the Princess, the Duchess of Sussex. Duchess of Sussex. Yeah, that's who it was. And she goes on to tell a tale where she and the other girlies on the American airline flight had passed her a note and said, "We love you real bad. We love you real bad." I don't even know. Is that the way the kids are talking? I don't understand. But they love her real bad. And so then she decides to snatch up this opportunity from these unprofessional flight attendants who should not be bothering people with notes. And she, scrawls them some note about, "Dear American airline girlies, I love you back. Y'all are the best. Thanks for this, for the note. It was so sweet of you, and your hospitality has been so awesome. As ever, Meghan." But the girl who's reading it, because she was never taught to read cursive writing, can't handle what she's looking at. She can't really read it. So she botches the end of this because she says, "I think it says forever, Meghan." And of course, all of us are no, it doesn't. It says as ever. And you can see that's what it says. Like, here's a picture of the actual note. It's a little bit grainy, fuzzy, because this is a screenshot that had to be flipped in order for you to read it. So it's a little fuzzy, but even as fuzzy as it is, I can see that says as ever. So then I was like, is this girl like trolling Meghan? Because she completely botched the name of Meghan's company, which is what Meghan was doing this for in the first place. Because are you going to try to tell me that Meghan Markle was just tickled to bits that this horde of ditzy little flight attendants were descending upon her? Like, this whole thing feels so fabricated. And then the girl says that Meghan complimented her manicure, and she shows off her manicure, and she says that the captain on the previous flight told her that the nails were a bit much. But as this girl in the video says, "But the Queen said she likes them, so I'm going with that." And I'm like, the Queen of what? Bullshit? Like, what Queen are you talking about? Are you this uneducated about the world? Like, do you think that Meghan's a queen? Do you even think she's a princess? Like, you didn't even know the word Sussex. And it's not like it's hard to sound out. Like, Sussex looks like Sussex. There isn't any questionable way to pronounce this. And as you want to talk about the queen of something, as the queen of mispronunciation, even I can read Sussex.
You guys will not believe who I just had on my flight, who I had a pleasure of serving. The Queen, the Princess, the Duchess of Sussex. Sussex. The Meghan Markle was on my flight, and she's so beautiful in person. She was so sweet. She wrote us a little handwritten note back. So we wrote her a note that said, "It's a pleasure of serving you. We love you real bad." And she wrote this note back that says, "Dear AA girlies, thank you for the love, hospitality, and handwritten note. You know me well. All love right back to you." And then I think it says, "Forever, Meghan." You know, I can barely read this cursive, but look at this handwriting is giving rich. It's giving expensive. It's giving princess. She also said she loved my nails, and the captain on my last flight said they were intense. So, sir, it doesn't matter what you think. The queen says she likes them.
The video is only getting traction in the sense that there's tons of people being like, why were these attendants writing notes to famous celebrities? That's unprofessional. Why is she making a TikTok video talking about this exchange? And did Meghan organize this? Or did she just know? Is she just clever enough that she saw this young flight attendant who was kind of starry-eyed at having a celebrity on board, and she saw that this girl would be a real catch to put out some information about this exchange? I'm not saying the girl was paid, because if she was paid, they need to get their money back. But I think that she just saw that, you know, this was a young person who probably didn't know all the ins and outs of her story, at least the media story. And this was somebody that she could sort of get on her side and get a positive news story out there. I am just telling you right now, Meghan Markle did not get on that commercial flight to talk to no one. Meghan Markle didn't get on that commercial flight so that she could ignore the flight attendants. I mean, this is her bread and butter over here. This is the flight attendants are the ones that are supposed to be helping her reputation. I don't know why she thinks that flight attendants are, again, like I said, the mouthpiece for the nation. Like, if you can get the flight attendants on your side, you've really scored some points with America. I'm so sickened by these stunts. Like, you don't see any of these stunts being done by celebrities that people respect. Like, the celebrities that people respect are respectable because they're good people, and we don't need to see 1,000 displays of kindness. Like, this is the Meghan Markle who went down to Uvalde after the shooting. This is the Meghan Markle who walks the streets after people's homes have been burned and gets a police escort to places that people who would love to go in and see how their home is are unable to get into, but Meghan Markle somehow was able to. This is a person who has a real bent towards tragedy tourism and what she can get out of it and how she can milk any kind of instance for her own glory. So, of course, she's going to get onto a plane and try to befriend the little stewardesses and write them this little handwritten note so that they can take pictures of it and post it around the world. I mean, does she ever walk into any place and is just like a genuine human being? The answer to that is blessed no. No, she's not.